Hey everyone, we just finished watching Captain America: A Brave New World. No surprise, but it was pretty awful, man.
This was like the worst movie
I think this could be the possibly, and for Grumble and Grouch, that's saying something. I think this is the worst movie we've seen. It was really, really disappointing. The acting was horrible, the storyline, the dialogue, the fight scenes. There's not a lot of redeemable qualities to this movie, but let's just jump right in and talk about this train wreck. So the movie starts off with this incredibly ungrounded, unrealistic fight scene. There was a theft of adamantium, and now he's going to go to retrieve it.
But it was really bad fight scenes.
It was really just so, that's what I'm saying, it's so ungrounded and ridiculous and over the top. There's no feeling of realism.
I mean, Cobra Kai has better fight scenes.
Seriously, yeah. It's more grounded in reality.
No mercy.
Yeah, and so it's so corny too. He comes flying. He must be going like 500 miles per hour, going straight down. I mean, top speed, straight to the ground, and he stops on a dime, lands no problem. Even though he's a regular human, he has no superhero soldier serum. He's just a regular guy, maybe pretty fit, but still, he goes flying down 500 miles per hour, lands no problem, and then he goes, "Wait for it, fellas," and then all of a sudden, a sonic boom hits the guys. It doesn't really knock them out. Just kind of pushes it back. And so now he starts to just whooping these guys' butts. He starts, throwing these guys around, beating the crap out of them.
And like you said, like corny lines. Like I think like the guy says, "Save some for us, Captain."
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Unwatchable.
And as I'm watching it too, if you watch this movie again. Yeah, I don't know if we would actually do that. But what I was watching is like Captain America, not only does every one of his punches hit, I mean, the guy no punch ever misses for the most part, and his shield always goes exactly where he wants it to go. No slightly off. Oh, he kind of missed that guy, kind of grazed him. Nope. Wherever that shield needs to go, it hits. It's just ridiculous.
I was thinking that shield should be in the shape of a boomerang, bro.
Yeah, it always comes back. Magically comes back. I mean, let's say with Thor with his hammer. At least that thing is like magical and shit. This is just a regular freaking metal shield that has vibranium, but still, it always manages to come right back to him, no problem. He never has like bend over and pick it up. It just comes right to his hand again. It's not magical. It's a freaking shield with a little vibranium. This shit should not magically come back into his hand.
He like steps on it and does like
it comes back right back in his hand. Stupid shit.
I can't even do that with my frisbee, bro.
So of course he manages to. Well, to be honest, he manhandles everybody until he gets to the final boss.
Say some for us, Captain. Yeah.
So all of a sudden, there's this one guy who's taking his punches. Okay, well this could be pretty good. And he picks up Captain America, throws him through this book stand, and is he in trouble? And he gets up and he kind of shakes it off, and then of course he whoops this guy's ass because he's mad because he got thrown into that, that wooden shelf or whatever it was, but it's anticlimactic. For a split second, he looks like he's in trouble, but no, he's fine.
He's Captain America.
Yeah. And that's when the line comes in, "Hey, save some for us, Cap."
Save some for us, Cap.
He made Captain Crunch, bro.
And then, they introduce one of the antagonists, which is Harrison Ford, who plays the president, General Ross. And, bro,
this is one of your idols, man, right?
No, he's not.
Growing up?
No, he was never an idol. I liked him. I thought he was good.
From the Star Wars?
Han Solo and Indiana Jones, yeah. So, I mean, he was cool for that.
But you were, like, really disappointed at his face.
Bro, he looked like a fucking mummy, bro. I was like, damn, he looks so freaking old. He makes Joe Biden look like freaking Tom Holland, bro. He looked decrepit and hideous. I was like, bro, they couldn't afford a little CGI?
I was like, man, they did use CGI.
Yeah.
He still looks like that with CGI.
Like, CGI has its limits, I guess.
We're only in the year 2025, bro.
Yeah. CGI can only carry you so far. He looked fucking horrible. Whoop.
It can make me believe Thanos is fighting in some other world and stuff.
Yeah. But they can't make Harrison Ford look, decent. Bro, he looked terrible, man. And so then And so then
I ate a box of raisins with less sprinkles, man.
Oh my god, you look bad, man. His neck and his face, like, woo,
His neck, bro.
he looked bad, bro. I said, please turn this guy into Hulk, man. He looks terrible. So Harrison Ford, or the president, General Ross, says to Captain America, they need to restart the Avengers, and I want you to lead that. And he kind of was like, okay, I can do that, but I don't know. He was kind of hesitant, you know. Mm-hmm. But so that was his job, and he said, well, I'll think about it. And then they also introduced his buddy, Captain America's buddy, and he had this super soldier serum. It's the super soldier serum. And, bro, why did they cast him as a Captain America? He was way stronger than freaking Sam Wilson. Way strong. I was like, why don't you put him into Captain America? Eventually, they get to a scene where he tries to kill the President of the United States. He
out of nowhere, he just
so they have some kind of meeting in the White House or whatever. And there is this black guy who was like an ex-super soldier, and he whips out his gun. I don't even know how he has his gun on him. I don't know. You couldn't frisk this guy, and they couldn't metal detectors. He just wanders in with a gun. He whips his gun out and starts firing at the president. But he has a little shield around him, so it kind of disrupts the shots. And then they jump him, and then they get him, and they take him away. And that's when you're introduced to...
Well, he runs, and eventually they catch him, right? Eventually they catch him, and they arrest him.
Right.
And he's like, I didn't do nothing. Help!
I can't breathe. I didn't know for nobody. This is racist. I can't breathe.
I'm a super soldier.
So they tackle him. He's like crying. I can't breathe.
They're like, did you do this? He's like, man, you asking me too many questions.
Yeah. That's what he says.
Help!
I didn't do nothing. And that's when they introduce...
I want to go to jail.
And that's when they introduce Sabra.
Sabra?
Sabra.
I thought you were going to say tomorrow's Saturday, bro.
Yeah, no. So they introduce this broad Sabra, who is like this Israeli Wonder Woman.
Oh, my God.
Or Israeli Black Widow, but she wasn't the Black Widow. No.
I call her Little Widow, bro.
Yeah, oh my God, bro. She was about 5'0", weighed about 85 pounds, and there's a scene
with me on her back.
Yeah, of course they have a scene where they're whooping the ass of like these Navy SEALs, like 6 at a time. No problem for her. Throwing them over her shoulder, whipping them around, and just beating the crap out of. Nobody can lay a hand on her either. Oh my! It's so. That's the problem I have with these.
No one can lay a hand on Little Widow. Come on, bro.
Well, that's I have a problem with these. It's just so out of the realm of reality. They're expecting us to swallow this nonsense with this little 85-pound, and she's just like Wilson. She doesn't have like super soldier serum. She's a regular freaking broad. 85 pounds, tossing guys around. Like it's
And by the way, Grumble's really good at guessing weights. He used to work at a carnival.
Exactly. And, yeah. Well,
85 pounds?
Yeah. Back in my heyday, I worked at a carnival for a couple of years. I got and I would guess weights, and I guarantee she's no more than 85, guaranteed, and 5 feet tall. 5 feet, 85 pounds. That's my guess. But she's tossing guys around, probably like 245 and up, tossing around like nothing. Give me a freaking break, bro. That you expect us to buy that? Come on. That's ridiculous.
I thought I recognized Little Widow from the Wicked movie, bro.
You know where I recognized her from? I swear she was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Played the child catcher. I think they took I think she might have had a nose job since then. Her nose is a little smaller. That's her.
She would have made the perfect munchkin.
Oh, exactly. If they were actually little in the freaking Wicked movie. You know?
Next thing you know, she was dunking the basketball.
Seriously. Why not? So eventually Sam Wilson has it out with the president, Ross. And they're kind of arguing, and because Sam Wilson's boy tried to kill the president, and Wilson's defending him, and the president had enough. And he dares to say to Sam Wilson, listen here, son. And then Sam Wilson goes, he called me son. How dare he?
I ain't got no father.
Since when is calling somebody's son an insult? When? I've never seen anyone in all my years and watching movies since when is calling somebody's son an insult?
I think it's derogatory.
Son?
Yeah.
How you? First of all, maybe you should have called him grandson because Harrison Ford's like 102. That old fucking mummy.
He's good at guessing ages too, by the way.
Yeah, he should have called me grandson. Oh, come on. Again, they're just looking to be victimized. He called me son. How dare he?
Yeah, it's like, come here, boy. Like, it's kind of like that.
No, it's
yeah.
not. No, wait a minute. First of all, a son could be 60. Doesn't mean he's a child.
It's like when you play
Son.
video games or like you beat somebody, you're like, yo, I'm dad. You know, like you're my son type of deal. Like,
Listen,
you're the little kid.
I would think it'd be an insult if you're the same age or near the same age. But freaking Ross is an old mummy who's like 100 years old, and Wilson is like 30. How is that insulting? No, that's ridiculous. People love to be victimized in this day and age. Oh my God, he hurt my itty bitty feelings.
Said Little Widow. Little Widow got little
Big
feelings.
Meanie, how dare he say
Little
that to me?
feelings.
Yeah.
Little Widow.
Yeah.
She probably lives in a little house
With
with a little table and a little bed.
Yeah.
With a little spoon and a little fork
Yeah.
with a little bowl, eating little raisin bran. Getting ready to fight 285 pounds.
Yeah, and tossing it around like nothing.
She gets in her little car with her little dog.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody so little, bro.
Bro, oh my God. I couldn't stop watching her. Look at how little she is. Oh my God. And I was like, she must be a little child, but you look at the wrinkles and shit on her face. She's not a little child. She's
And
like,
that was CGI, by
she
the
was
way.
pushing like 40. Bro, seriously, if you're going to have the Black Widow program, you're not going to find the littlest thing you can find. Say, yes, that's the one for us. That girl is 5 foot nothing.
And where's she from?
85.
Israel?
Israel. I think they actually cast an Israeli woman because that's what's so important. You got to cast an Israeli woman.
Ooh, isn't Wonder Woman Israeli?
She is, but I guess they already know she's Wonder Woman, so they couldn't cast her.
I would love to see
Well, bro,
Wonder Woman.
is that the best Israel has to offer? This little freaking midget? No. They can do better. I just want to say overall, one of the biggest problems I had with this movie, incredibly boring. I kept looking at my watch. When is this shit gonna end? It's a death knell for these freaking movies. It's bored to tears. I was like, when is this really gonna pick up? I have zero rooting interest. I mean, what are the stakes here? The president's gonna get killed. We're gonna go to World War III with Japan. Oh my God!
Isn't that gonna happen anyway?
Yeah. But Japan, we can wipe them out in a weekend. Are you kidding? They have no military. That's just. Oh my God! Are we gonna have to fight the Japanese? Oh my God! That's gonna be a catastrophe. Those Japanese are so what? They're freaking weak. We'll wipe them out in a weekend. I'm not concerned about the Japanese going to World War III with Japan.
We just lost another subscriber. We're down to 72.
To all Japanese subscribers, I apologize.
He was just kidding.
You were very powerful. Don't hurt us. Yo. And then at one point, Captain America now has to fight the Pollos Hermanos dude from Breaking Bad. And it was a decent fight, but again, the Pollos Hermanos guy has this knife, and he throws it, and it jams right into Captain America's chest, like a couple inches deep. And to be honest, when I saw that, I was like, well, does he have like Kevlar shirt? Is that what? Because that looks pretty bad wound. And then he has an axe. A Pollos Hermanos jabs him in his obliques. Bam! Right into his side. And now he's got a knife in his chest, an axe sticking out of his obliques.
And it only hurts when he laughs.
Yeah, and he's jumping around, he's moving around, no problem. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Where is the reality in this shit? You're telling me with a stab wound to your chest, a couple inches deep, an axe sticking out of your side, and you're just gonna laugh it off. That's the best you got? I'm freaking Captain America, motherfucker. And he just starts kicking this guy's ass. And then the old man, keep in mind, this Hermanos guy, he's got to be like pushing 70. I'm thinking like at least in his mid-60s, 70s. And then Captain America gives him this amazing kick, and he lands inside this guy's windshield of his car. I'm like, damn, you cannot just get him and walk that off. I mean, you got it.
John Wick did it.
Yeah, but he had the Kevlar suit. This old man, they didn't establish he had the Kevlar suit. So, no lie, like the next day, he's talking to Poyos Hermanos guy, not a scratch on him, even though he got messed up by Captain America. Double leg kick to the chest, ends up inside the front of that car, went right through the windshield. No problem. He just laughs it off. 70-year-old man. The movie lacks any sort of realism, any sort of gravity. It's just, you could get a stab wound to the chest, an axe to the side, and 5 minutes later, you're fucking golden. You just walk it off, and you're... Bro, realistically, you're going to spend the next 3 weeks in the hospital. You're going to get stitched up. You can barely freaking move. I had a hernia operation. I was there for a month.
And all you did was get up too fast.
Yeah.
Bro.
I thought after like a week, I don't need those pain meds. I did it for 1 day, and I was in agony for hours until the meds kicked in again. Freak out of here, bro. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many weights you lift. When you get stabbed in the chest and an axe to the side, you're not going to laugh it off, and the next day you're fine. It's ridiculous. Okay, so the president goes to meet with the Japanese prime minister. Did they call him president? I don't think they call him president in Japan. But anyways, they meet with the Japanese.
They call him.
I think it was Chinese, but okay.
Mandarin, baby.
Maybe. That'll be Mandarin dialect. So then they meet the Japanese prime minister, president, and of course, when you're in Japan, what do you got to see? Cherry blossoms. Otherwise, you wouldn't have no idea who that guy is. Is he Vietnamese? Is he Chinese? Are they in Bangkok? I don't know. Oh, cherry blossom, Japan. They gotta throw. Every time you see these movies, that's how you know when they're in Japan. You see the cherry blossom trees.
They didn't even show them flying there.
Yeah.
You just gotta assume he's in freaking Japan.
Yeah, they just CGI that shit.
Oh no, I think he took Air Force One. I think
yeah,
he did.
But are they really in Japan? I doubt it.
Yeah.
And then they finally introduced the main antagonist, which is the leader. I only know that because I'm a pretty big comic book fan, and but he looks nothing like the villain in the comics. In the comics, he has like this huge head that kind of like just goes straight up, and I think it was freaking badass. I love how it looked. Really, I thought it was a really solid villain, very maniacal, evil. But bro, who they got? This little weaselly cauliflower head looking motherfucker.
Yeah. He wasn't even green. He was like...
Yeah, he was like kind of like
yellowish maybe?
I don't know what his color was, but he did not look at all like how I envisioned the leader's supposed to. And he's kind of like weaselly. I want some like strong, aggressive, manly villain, not this weaselly little... I'll get you someday, Captain America. Freaking weak, bro. Weak villain. And I've heard this saying. It said the superhero is only as good as his villain. So this is a weak villain for a weak Captain America. It just... so it was a complete shit show from the jump. Bad superhero, bad villain.
I've seen like those toys where like you squeeze it, it's like a net and you squeeze it and like bubbles up at the top with like
right.
It's like water. Like that's what his head reminded me of.
Yeah.
Like somebody squeezing.
Yeah.
It just looked like bubbly and
well, I think what it's supposed to be is it's almost like his brain was like seeping or coming through his skull for some reason. I guess that's what it's supposed to be because it kind of looked like brain matter. But it almost looked like a zombie or something. It does look, and like one eye is a different color than the other. It's supposed to like creep us out, but I just thought it looked just stupid. A bad villain. So then we get to the most ridiculous scene in the entire movie where it had me laughing hysterically. It was so ludicrous, so dumb. I just looked at Grouch and I was like, what the fuck? There was a scene where that was another premise. I don't like movies where like hypnotism or mind control is like a major thing. And in this movie, mind control was like a huge part of this movie, where they play a certain song, like a country song, and automatically, they stand erect, and now they're controlled and they're doing what they're told to do. I hate that kind of storyline. It's just so ridiculous.
And they've done it a lot.
Yeah, that's just an old played out, old like 60s, 70s kind of like Manchurian Candidate where they play a song and say, oh, they're under my control. You know, and they're going to carry out their orders. So stupid. I hated that part of this movie. And that played a huge role in this movie.
That's the best that leader can do, man. With that brain.
Yeah. It's just do mind control shit.
Just normal brain can figure that out, bro.
Yeah. So then what happens is they mind control a couple of pilots, a couple of F-18s, and they're attacking the Japanese fleet. And oh my God, this Japanese fleet, the entire thing was CGI'd. You're telling me you couldn't get actual footage or something of an actual ship? And it's not like they're doing anything. They're just freaking sailing in the ocean. CGI the crap out of these ships looks so bad. So blocky and fake looking. I played video games where the battleships look more realistic than this ship. Really bad CGI. Really uninspired looking ships. Really bad. So anyways, so these F-18s now are attacking the Japanese fleet. So now they said, hey, Captain America, go out there with Falcon and stop those F-18s. So they fly out there, and then now they shoot all these missiles, these huge freaking like missiles from these F-18s, and they're heading for the Japanese fleet. So what happens? So Captain America, he's flying. Keep in mind, this guy can fly like nobody's business. This motherfucker can fly faster than a missile.
He caught up to that missile.
So he sees a missile, and so no problem. So Captain America floors it with his freaking Falcon suit. And not only does he have enough time to reach the missile, but he decides to do a little surfing. He decides to hang 10.
Cowabunga, dude.
He's out there surfing. Showing off for the ladies. He can serve a missile. No lie, he's surfing a missile. That's so stupid. Oh I was like, what are we watching? Is this really the Ninja Turtles again?
That's like the stuff I'm used to seeing in like Fast and Furious or something like that.
Hey, it makes sense if you watch the Ninja Turtles. It does not make sense if you're not watching a freaking cartoon. He's surfing missiles.
I used to play the Ninja Turtles game, man.
I swear I was waiting for it to say Cowabunga, dude.
And the Ninja Turtles would like surf a missile, like in the sewers or whatever.
I was like, one missile down, one to go.
And even then, it wasn't realistic, man.
Yeah. Even at like 8 years old, I was like, wow, this is stupid.
What's next? Do a Contra holding on to the missile?
Yeah.
For 30 minutes?
First of all...
While you're shooting a machine gun?
First of all, the guy catches up to like missile like it's standing still. How fast can this Falcon go? And he got so much time to spare. He goes, let me surf for a while on this. Oh, it's so stupid.
I even saw him high-five one of the whales from Avatar, bro.
Yeah, he had so much time left over after saving the world once again. He's out there hanging out with the whales. Garbage movie. Absolutely terrible. Surfing a missile. Okay.
And we're supposed to feel bad because his friend, the new Falcon, he actually he gets hurt.
Yeah, so the new Falcon somehow gets lit up by a missile. And
he tried to surf a missile too.
Yeah. If you can surf a missile, so can I. Watch my moves.
And the missile went.
Yeah. And then Captain was like, no, only I can surf missiles. You're not ready.
But he went down hard, bro.
He went down hard.
He was like,
yeah.
He was burned up, man.
Yeah.
He hit that ocean floor.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Captain America's like, I must save him. And like, no, you got to stop that other F-18. Says, oh, catch you later.
Fernando. Or whatever it is.
Yeah. Fernandez. I got better things to do. So then he tries to stop that last missile. And then he tries to surf it, but he didn't have time, so he just blew it up.
Oh, no. He like shoots like the little, I don't know.
Oh, he's got these little tiny missiles.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and there goes that last missile.
Yeah, he saves everybody.
He saved the world once again.
Yeah.
So then, I don't even remember.
And then they just take his friend away to like the hospital or something.
Right. So they take the friend away.
And he's all sad and stuff because he couldn't save his friend.
Yeah. So then the grand finale of the movie, the leader meets up with Captain America and he tells him he's been feeding the president these gamma radiation pills, and then he says your president is soon going to turn into the Hulk, and then they arrest the police show up and they arrest the leader and they take him off. But now Captain America knows he's got to go to the president because he's about to turn into the Hulk, and he turns into the Hulk, and then he starts destroying shit right from the jump. And that's another thing too, was like this movie is like all over the place in that like Captain America.
It reminds me of our show.
Yeah, we're all over the place too.
We're out here saving the world too, man.
But in a good way. Yeah. So he shoots. Captain America has these like little like feathers or something. He's shooting at him. Ba-da-da-da. And then they're embedding into the Hulk. So this is not the Hulk I remember. It's not. I guess because it's the Red Hulk, not the Green Hulk. But he's taking damage. You can see he's getting sliced up. But I guess he's healing like right away.
And we don't know why he's red.
I don't know why he's red. I don't think I ever actually explained why he's red. So yeah, I have no idea why.
What about in the comics? No.
I think it's like a recent thing. I've stopped in the 90s. I had enough. Because already in the 90s, things started to go south with comics. So I stopped reading in the 90s. But I have no idea why he's red. But he doesn't seem as like big as the Green Hulk. No. He doesn't seem as solid.
He seems like he has the same type of powers.
But it could be...
He like jump flies and has the Hulk smash. Yeah.
But it could be because Harrison Ford is like 103. And so does that make the Hulk 103?
Yeah.
If you maybe got like a 25-year-old guy and turned him into the Red Hulk, maybe he'll be as strong as the Green Hulk. You know? Who knows? So anyways, the Red Hulk, what I thought was weird was sometimes you see him get hurt and sometimes you see him bleed. But meanwhile, they have these helicopters with these massive freaking machine guns unloading on him, which should have probably cut him in half. If his little dinky-ass little feathers are going to get embedded in the Hulk, you're telling me this helicopter with these massive freaking caliber machine guns unloading on the Hulk and missiles and shit? No, it doesn't hurt him at all. But Captain America's little feathers, ding, ding. Yeah, now he's fucked up. Now it embeds into him. He's hurting now. That's terrible. And make him remind, is he kind of vulnerable or is he not vulnerable? Helicopters hitting him, high caliber weapons, nothing. But Captain America's feathers, that hurt. So eventually, I was saying is even with Captain America and his feathers fucking him up a little, I was thinking, Captain America cannot win this fight. What's he gonna do? Maybe he's hoping for the radiation to wear off. I don't know, but there's no way he's gonna win this fight. So eventually, he tries to talk him down. He says, "Hey, your daughter misses you."
His superpower is the super speech.
Yeah, super speech kicks in. And he goes, "Your daughter misses you. And look at these cherry blossoms. Don't they remind you of your daughter?" Ha! Gay! Eventually, he's like, "Yeah, you're right." And he kind of comes out of the...
And that was bad, man. He looked bad when they showed him like without a shirt.
God. Yeah, all he has is his pants on and stuff. And he looked really old and bad, man.
No CGI can fix that one.
No, bro. So they take him off. But that's so, like, anticlimactic. He talks him down. I would want to see him whip his ass. I think in order to make this movie successful, don't have him fight against the Hulk. He's in a different caliber. He's a different range. He's not in the same ballpark. They should not be fighting each other. The Red Hulk or any kind of Hulk will beat the crap out of Captain America. No, that's not a fair fight. And so what happens? You have to have Captain America talk him down.
Mm-hmm. And you got to have that speech, man.
Yeah, you have to have that speech ready. And fortunately, he was ready to listen. And he talked him down. And he's like, "Okay, that's true, Cap. Thank you."
Red Hulk speak English.
So bad, bro. Oh my god. And then it would have been cool if we saw more of the Red Hulk. You know, a couple times he's tearing shit up, fighting and destroying the city. That could be cool. That could be some. Oh wow, look at the Red Hulk go. Establish that he's a badass, you know. But all we get is the last like 5 minutes. You see the Red Hulk, and then he's not that great. He's getting wounded by little arrows and feathers. So he's not such a badass. But yeah, but I knew there's no way Cap is gonna take him down. So he talks him down. It's a weak ass ending. So you're telling me you spent all this money to see this freaking movie just to see Cap talk this guy down? No. I want to see him whoop his ass. I want to see, destruction, mayhem, and eventually Cap kicks his ass. That's what I want to see. Mm-hmm. Very anticlimactic ending. And then at the very end, you see the Cap talking to the president. He's in prison. And then...
the worst scene of the movie comes up.
Oh, and then they have the post-credit scene.
No. So he goes to visit... The most ridiculous scene in the movie. He goes to visit his friend, the guy that tried to surf the missile and couldn't. The Falcon in the hospital, and they have like a moment, and the Falcon was like, my biggest dream was to be just like you. I want to be just like you.
Ha! Gay!
No, yeah, he asked him, he goes, oh, by the way, like, who was your favorite superhero? And he goes, would you believe it was the Falcon? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm like, yeah, right. That's like saying, you know what my favorite hero was? It was Robin.
I want to be just like Alfred.
I always loved Alfred. He was.
I look up to Alfred.
Yeah, no, he can
clean up after Batman. That is like the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Set a mean spread. No, it's terrible. Yeah, I agree. That's just like saying Alfred or Robin. That's my favorite superhero. Such nonsense, bro. And he's like, oh, thank you. Yeah, the ending was freaking so whack, bro. It was really bad.
And then eventually there's a post-credit scene?
Yeah, and then the post-credit scene, they have the leader, and he's all locked up, and he goes, he kind of like laughs, because you haven't seen anything until you've seen the others, and they're coming. And he goes, the others? Who's that? And that's how it ends.
That's how it ends. What? First of all, we already know who the others are.
On the edge of the seat.
They already know, like, how many... No, he goes, how many... He goes, can you remind me how many aliens that have invaded the Earth? How many alien wars that we had? Like, it was such a big number.
Yeah,
like,
he goes, 2.
Like, we already know there's aliens. We already know there's a war against them. We probably already know they're coming back.
But I think he said something like, you know how many times Captain America stopped alien invasions?
He's like,
2. He goes, how many is it? And he goes, 2.
As if it was like a hard number.
Yeah. I was like 80 fucking 3. I was like 83. Like, what? 83? Damn, he's earned his pay. And he's like, 2.
That was Bucky, because he made an appearance.
Oh, yeah. Bucky was in it. Yeah. I always saw Bucky shoot the freaking Captain America. This freaking guy, man. If it wasn't for that freaking suit and his freaking drones, and he has 2 little freaking drones that just constantly were fucking with the Red Hulk. I mean, the drones were messing up worse than Captain America was, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the original Cap never had freaking drones to save his ass.
So, what do we give this?
So, yeah, now here we go to the grand finale of the Grumble and Grouch show, episode 22.
22. How many shows?
Yeah, how many times were we invaded?
2? How many shows do we have? 2.
Well, it's easier to figure out than how many times we were invaded by aliens.
How many subscribers?
2.
2. Thank you, Mom.
Seriously. No, so I honestly, in all the years we've been doing the Grumble and Grouch show.
How many years? 2.
2 magical.
It's hard to remember.
2 magical years. And in those 2 years, this has got to be the absolute worst movie. And that's saying something. We've seen some crappy movies in our time. And this is the absolute worst, bottom of the barrel movie Grumble has ever seen. Whether it's on our channel or not. The worst. That is why I have no other choice but to give this movie unwatchable.
Oh, man.
What do you think?
I give it a 2.
A 2?
No, you crazy, bro. Unwatchable. 100%.
Right, bro. And this, for everyone who's keeping track, it's the first time Grouch and I have ever given one movie an unwatchable, both of us.
It was bad.
This was beginning to...
Because I'm not... Because like, you can't fix it. Like...
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, but the
Had they
CGI,
done
or like,
this,
oh, like it looks so good. No, every movie looks good now. Every movie makes me believe like I'm in outer space. Every movie makes me believe that I'm seeing aliens or whatever. Like that doesn't impress me anymore, and it was just so bad. I mean, I guess they were going for like they had Little Widow, Cauliflower Guy, and freaking. I mean, come on, bro. Like,
listen, at least some of our worst like reviewed movies, let's just say Barbie, at least had some freaking eye candy. You know, just something that. Oh wow, look at that. She looks really nice there. You know.
Little Widow didn't do it for you.
No, Little Widow and freaking Liv Tyler look pretty rough.
That was a lot of CGI on Liv Tyler.
The last scene of the movie, they kept showing scenes of Liv Tyler, which was Betty Gordon.
No, that's Batman, bro.
Oh, you're right. No, Betty Ross. Yeah. Oh, they kept showing pictures of her. Well, she doesn't look that bad in those pictures. You know, little eye candy.
Aerosmith's daughter, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah. So let's find it. Oh my God. I wish they would have CGI'd her, bro, because the surgery that she had, I think she looked more hideous than the leader. At least the leader didn't spend hours in getting cosmetic surgery.
When I first saw it, I was like, whoa, the leader escaped already? Get ready for Captain America 2.
Yeah. To be honest, I would have rather seen Steven Tyler in a wig than see Liv Tyler with all that surgery going wrong.
Crazy!
And at least he's got a voice, so you see belt on a couple tunes.
For you, baby. What can I do?
Yeah, at least we could have had a couple of musical interludes.
I am crazy over you.
Hideous Liv Tyler.
I don't want to miss a thing. I want to miss that. I would have missed that in the whole movie, by the way. I wish I would have shown up late and missed the whole movie and just shown up when the credits came up. And on that note, it's that itchy and scratchy show.